Rand Paul said today that Trump got bad advice in the assassination of Qassem Soleimani, and I say assassination because that's what it was. It was an attack in the sovereignty of Iraq, killing a high-ranked Iranian official. Yeah, like you could say, like Soleimani was like aiding terrorists and all that, but we got our own officials in the U.S. who were aiding and officially terrorists. I mean, imagine if Mike Pompeo got killed in a drone strike from the Iranian, one of the Iranian mullahs. Exactly. That's how Iranians are feeling right now over the killing of Soleimani. Just look what Rand Paul said.
Did the president's decision to kill General Soleimani make Americans safer or less safe?
I think that's a good question, and I think the stated purpose by the administration was that they were going to prevent attacks on Americans. But I think if you ask the question now, is it more or less likely that there'll be attacks on Americans? I think it's much more likely. The replacement for Soleimani is basically a clone, somebody who is a hardliner who's worked with Soleimani for 20 some odd years. And so while Soleimani may have been plotting attacks, and probably was, it's now a certainty that there will be attacks in revenge for his killing. The other unintended consequence here is you saw the chanting in the streets of Tehran. This has emboldened the hardliners. Iran is like any other country. There's a mixture of opinion. There are hardliners that never want to talk to America at all, death to America, but there are moderates and younger people who do like the West and who would talk to us. I think what this does is it lessens the voices of anybody that wants moderation or diplomacy, and even the Iranians will not be able to approach us on diplomacy until there's revenge, until there's adequate revenge to satiate the people who want some kind of revenge. And this is sad. I mean, the death of Soleimani, I think, is the death of diplomacy with Iran. I don't see an off-ramp. I don't see a way out of this.
So did the president make a major mistake?
Exactly. He just upped this. Just look at this. This is bigger than Trump's inauguration. He just escalated a war with Iran. Y'all cats who are saying trust the plan, are just, just delusional. I mean, seriously, like, they're confused about leaving Iraq right now. I mean, like earlier, like they said, like they was about to have all the troops leave Iraq, you know, saying under the Iraqi sovereignty, and then the Pentagon said, like, no, they made no decision to leave Iraq. I mean, seriously, this is 17 years after Bush, you know what I'm saying? Remember Bush with that big ass mission accomplished sign? Yeah, 17 years after that. And remember 17 years ago they were talking about, yeah, man, we're here to free the Iraqi people. We're here to liberate the Iraqi people from a brutal dictator. And Saddam was a brutal dictator, but did the U.S. really liberate the Iraqi people? Seriously, now Iraq is basically a satellite of Iran now. And the thing is, the U.S. is not adhering to the sovereignty of the Iraqi people because the Iraqi parliament wants the U.S. Army and the coalition, the U.S.-led coalition, gone. They want them out of Iraq. And most Americans agree with them in having our troops back home out of the Middle East. Out of Iraq and all those Middle Eastern countries surrounding Iran. It's ridiculous. Nobody's really caring. I mean, nobody supports this but the neocons. And Rand Paul is one of the few sensible Republicans that still sticks to libertarian values. I mean, a lot of libertarians are tripping about Rand Paul because he can be a bit of a Trumpist. But when it comes to serious issues like that, he will split from the mainstream GOP and call it out for what it is. Enact a war that's going to lead to a very terrible road in the future. Who knows what's going to happen next? Because Iran is definitely going to respond to this assassination of Soleimani. And he doubled down by making a threat of Iran cultural treasures. That's the type of shit that even got cats like Richard Spencer pissed off at him. Richard Spencer, look, the dude has an Iranian flag on his Twitter handle. And yes, I follow him, you know what I'm saying? Just to get a different point of view on shit. Because, man, the alt-right, the white identitarians, the race realist type cats, man, they just shooting out some black pills about Trump. They hitting him as hard as any resistance liberal. Just look. American Empire. 3 years ago, and now they're seeing now the Trump administration is saying Soleimani was aiding terrorists, like he was part of the Benghazi attack. Well, a lot of things are more nuanced than that, you know, especially considering like what Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, yeah, like those war crimes they committed. Oh yeah, they for sure committed some war crimes. And I got a feeling, look at Richard Spencer, man. This dude is ripping Trump hard, dude. It's like dude is like hardcore never Trump now. And the thing is, like, they're combining with the populist left and the Groyper right, and man, we're all coming together being against the war in Iran. Because it's because it's not helping us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all thought Trump would like pull us out of endless wars, but he's doubling down on a really endless war with Iran, a mountainous country. There's no way you can have a short ground war with Iran, you know what I'm saying? They have the equipment somewhat, and the country is absolutely mountainous. It's going to be a pain in the ass dealing with an army like that knows the environment. Man, Trump is just Trump has just been reckless and out of control the last couple of days with his full pressure campaign on Iran, mostly pushed by Mike Pompeo and funded by Sheldon Adelson. This guy, yeah. It was a mistake for Tillerson to leave as Secretary of State because Mike Pompeo is bad news. He was bad news from when Rand Paul declined to vote for him for Secretary of State. One of the few Republicans who didn't toe the line and voting for that trash, that neocon trash. Seriously. Y'all MAGA cats gotta wake up, man. We're in a war right now, and Trump is escalating to a point of no return. Wake up, y'all. Follow me on Twitter, JohnClem310. Please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 5,000 by the end of the month. I'm aiming high, y'all. I'm trying to open minds this year. You know what I'm saying? Open people to liberty. You know what I'm saying? Liberty and freedom. Alrighty, have a good night.